E aí galera, bora pra mais um dia de Final Fantasy XVI. E cara, acabamos de matar o carinha que a gente tava perseguindo desde o início do jogo. Destruímos mais um cristal que tava mais ou menos por aqui. E agora faltou só mais dois cristais, cara. Bem, a gente acabou de voltar aqui pro acampamento e tem que espalhar a notícia que o carinha foi nessa. Bora lá. A gente roubou o poder dele, mas aqui não liberou mais nada, né? Ainda falta uma última parte, cara. Talvez seja a reprise de luta contra. Aqui na reprise. Tá, eu sei, dá pra jogar de novo, ó, as fases. Só que eu acho que não dá pra jogar no arcade. Ah, aqui tem um esquema de pontuação. Tá bom. A pontuação então não é pra história, é pro arcade. E aí dá pra jogar. Era isso que eu queria ver. Se dá pra jogar a luta contra os titãs de novo, ó. Dá pra gente lutar. Nossa, tem um ranking, que da hora. Ah, não tem um. Desabilitar cinemática, grade grande. Da hora. E o salão da virtude aqui é pra treinar os nossos poderes, né? Bem, vamos aqui pro ferreiro que tá do lado.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
What is it? I'm busy.
I wanted to tell you that Hugo Cooper is dead.
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. This is it then. A new beginning under a new Sid.
I'll try to live up to the name.
Esse cara, ele destruiu o acampamento anterior, né? Por isso que todo mundo ficou puto da vida com ele. Ah, tem novas coisas aqui também.
What do you need?
Ah, usar o martelo.
India.
E aí, o que temos de útil? Melhorador? Tá bom, pega aí.
No scratches, right?
Tá, era isso. Cara, tem várias espadinhas roxas aqui, mas são tudo pior. A gente conseguiu uma aqui pra baixo, faixa de seda. Ó, isso aqui ele melhora, mas a gente tem que ir atrás de um Draco. Massa gelatinosa. Tá, tem que matar um dos carinhas que que tá lá no quadro. Esse aqui também, ó. Tá bom. Bem, dá pra reforçar umas paradas. A espada que eu acabei de pegar.
But it'll do.
Que eu acabei de
How am I meant to do that then?
conseguir. Cara, dá pra melhorar essa daqui também, mas ela aumenta o atordoamento. Como é que eu consigo uma espada de diamante?
Bring me the materials and I'll think about it.
Cara, primeira vez que eu fiquei sem armadilha, tá bom. Sem armadilha. Sem as paradinhas. Aqui não tem uma espada de diamante? Oh, caramba. Diamante. Preciso de um osso. Onde é que eu consigo esse osso? Porque, ó, eu troquei a espada. Cadê? Equipamentos. Ó, a espada, ela já é melhor que a outra. Mas... Putz, tá bom. Depois eu tento caçar mais uns bichos aí pra gente melhorar de novo.
Well, someone looks pleased with himself. It's true what I'm hearing, then.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kuka is dead.
No more looking over our shoulders, then. Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Don't let it go to your head, though.
Tá, e o que você tem de útil pra vender pra gente? Ela tem a espada de... Ó, ela não tem. A de diamante é só o carinha que faz mesmo. É estranho ela ficar sem as espadas... as espadas que eu tenho. Tinha um negócio... Isso aqui, ó. Eu precisava de 10, não era? Deixa eu ver se é isso. Calma aí. Tinha uma espada melhor aqui pra fazer que precisava daquilo ali.
Something for you, dear.
Não, preciso de osso de serpalva.
Anything else?
Tá, deixa eu ver se essa tia vende.
Is it business or pleasure?
É pra tá aqui. Não tem. Ela tem umas paradas novas aqui, mas não tem esse osso aí. Deve ser... Beleza, deve ser um item realmente daquele... Ah, eu não vi o resto. Não vi sim. Eu não vendi o resto.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. Going persuading you down.
Aqui não tem nada. Aqui também não. E esses são os equipamentos, beleza. E a... Ah, não dá pra vender a espada pra ela. Tá bom.
Come again. Or don't.
Aí vamos lá falar com o último.
Either way.
E aí, tiozinho?
Ah, Clive. Have you come seeking the gift of knowledge?
Não, eu vim te dar conhecimento.
To share mine, actually. Hugo Kuka is dead.
Oh my. Can it really be true?
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens might weep with us. There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new dawn has broken.
It has.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait to share the good news.
Hippocrates. After Kuka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is. Have you learned anything?
Alas, no. And
Tem esse último aí que tá perseguindo a gente também, né?
scoured nigh every historical tome in our collection and found nothing. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is almost tempted to conclude that such a creature never existed.
But I saw him with my own eyes.
I don't doubt that you did.
O irmão dele conhece esse último.
You are the only one who has. else.
Mas ele não pode falar com a mão dele.
Reveals naught. We see only that which he leaves in his wake, like some terrible force of nature beyond the ken of mortal man.
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power, I know not. But until I do, my investigations shall continue.
Thank you. It means a lot. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
Beleza. Ah, e aqui tinha que falar com o velho também pra aumentar nosso
Good it is to see you,
level
Clive.
com ele.
I have a few new notes that might interest you.
Não
If you
aumentou
have a
muito, não.
question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Então, tinha um negócio aqui. Nossa, a gente tá quase completando os personagens, é isso? É, cara, pelo jeito tá se seguindo pro fim. Tem bastante área, né? Bastante coisa. Não, tá. É, tem. Os personagens principais a gente já encontrou a maioria, mas. De reinos tem muito mais coisa.
Always welcome, Clive.
Vou voltar lá em cima e falar com o tiozinho. Eu vou dar uma olhada nos carinhas que tem pra gente caçar.
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
Olha lá, os caras já estão espalhando as notícias aqui do que o outro morreu. Peraí, cara, já vejo com você. Aqui nesse negócio a gente não vê quem que precisa matar pra pegar o osso, né? Ó, ele só fala. Só fala sobre o Minotauro. É o líder, precisa ser detido. Não tem nada de útil. Só fala que ele tá em Rosária, na trilha do Ryanon. Esse aqui tá em Dalméquia, no Gatil. Então, a gente vai voltar lá pra Dalméquia, cara, certeza. Ó, e tem esse lugar aqui também deve estar lá em ranking S. Eita porra. Eu enfrentei vários ranking C. O B eu já sofri. Quero nem ver o S. E aí, cara, o que eu faço agora?
Since you came home. Vivian got you running errands or something? Just spreading the word. So, the professor's got a soft side, has she? I'd never have guessed. No. She was right, though. Everyone was glad to hear the news. Ah, but you ain't told everyone. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep more peacefully for knowing.
Tio, eles morreram. Não vai ser muito possível a gente contar.
Tell him. You're right. I should. And I will. Well, when you do, be sure to take Mid with you. She's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud. I can't remember the last time she visited the old sod's grave. Very well.
Tá.
I'll suggest
Será
it.
que vai liberar alguma coisa? Ela era realmente o que eu pensei. A Mid é a filha do Cid e ela vai ajudar a gente a lutar. Ela tá lá pra cima. Então, aqui o esconderijo ficava exatamente onde a gente fica aqui. Tá, eu achei que ia liberar alguma coisa aqui, cara. Não liberou nada aqui nessa oficina dela.
All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal.
displacement stack. Here.
Ela virou uma engenheira, né?
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise. Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is,
tá, eu achei que ela ia transformar um esconderijo nisso.
and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad though when I'm done, whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. I was hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching.
Pra variar.
The sack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
Tá, mas eu vou ter que... Isso não vai ser missão secundária, né? Tava na principal.
You don't need to.
Nossa, por que que tá pra lá? Porque essa menina tá num lugar muito zoado, tá bom. Tá mais fácil por aqui. Tem menos partes pra abrir. Ó, porque a gente tá no meio da água e eu não sei que troço é esse ainda. Parece um castelo, uma aeronave. É pedaço de alguma coisa. Tá vendo que tem uns... Parece muito ser um barco. Mentira, barco não. Parece ser uma espaçonave esse troço. Você vê que ele vai me mandar pra outro lugar?
Can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Projeto de revestimento térmico.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavanotto in here, will you?
Falei?
All right.
Ah, só mandar... Tá, achei que eu ia ter que ir atrás dos caras.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape.
Eles estão mostrando muito isso, velho.
Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them.
Tá.
There's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Velcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, we can get this over with.
Soltando vapor. Oxe, eu tenho que falar com ele de novo.
You going after the Stardust then, are you? Which one of these two lucky souls is going with you?
Ah, posso escolher? O Otto ou o Gavi? Como o Otto nunca veio, eu vou chamar o Otto.
Otto, you're with me.
All right, then. Where do we find this Stardust, and how will we know it when we see it?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Velcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
And I'm guessing you'll be needing sackloads of the stuff. Might be worth our importers at the Dalimil Inn. I'll head down there. See about finding us a wagon.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
You two take care, eh? I'll go and see the supplier.
Just don't let the bastard fleece you, eh?
He wouldn't do that. He's Blackthorn's mate. Isn't he?
Talvez eu devia ter escolhido esse aí pra ir comigo.
Good luck.
Beleza, vá para o sul. E aqui não tem mais missões, né? Tem uma carta aqui.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Deixa eu ver quem mandou. Uma aliança desértica. Cid II. Espero que você me perdoe por testar você e seu querido tio. Estou confiante de que um homem de sua estatura consegue entender a importância de conquistar a confiança do outro, ainda mais em tempos como estes. Fique registrado, porém, que você conquistou a minha, e garanto que perdê-la não será tarefa fácil. Marque isso o início de uma relação proveitosa. Beleza, é o carinha do deserto que a gente acabou de ajudar. Eu completei a missão? Tá bom, eu vou ir lá pegar. Eu tava lá do lado, mas não apareceu. Bem, enfim, eu vou aproveitar que eu vou estar do lado do negócio de caça e a gente vê o que vai ter próximo de onde a gente vai. Aí qualquer coisa eu faço um desvio pra gente ir atrás disso aí. Ah, é o outro carinha.
All right, Clive. Keeping busy, are you?
Eu não venho falar com ele, eu não lembro o que ele faz.
Seems like every report our allies sends us brings 100 new headaches for me to deal with. I've been doing my best to keep on top of it all, sending anything urgent straight to the curse breakers, just like Otto told me. The rest I add to the list, whether it's strangers begging our aid or friends acting funny. There is no end of problems that need solving. And anyone with the time and inclination to solve them will earn a nice bit of goodwill for the cause. And maybe more besides. So, how busy did you say you were?
Tô mais ou menos ocupado.
Here you go.
Relatórios de aliados de Gaut para descobrir novas missões. Ah, já dá pra viajar pro obelisco, beleza. Tá, fica na área perdida. Tá, tem um em cada um.
Seen enough?
Beleza, você.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back.
350, tá bom.
I may have more for you.
Então, temos outras secundárias. Por aqui. Tá, aqui... O que era aqui? Putz, pra esquerda eu sei que é Rosária. Ah, cara, eu não lembro. Aqui é o deserto, que é aquele DAC não sei o que lá. Pera aí. Puta, eu lembro o daqui. É lá pra cima. Que fica o carinha. Ó, esse aqui fica na trilha do Ryanon. O resto tá tudo no deserto. Não, esse tá em Rosália também. Puta, eu tentei encontrar esse, né, no penhasco. Penhasco do Canto do Falcão e a trilha do Oeste na trilha do Ranon. Tá, ó, aqui. Não, é outro lugar. Rosália é aqui, né? É. Ó, a trilha do Ranon é aqui. É, lá pra cima não tem nada. Vamos fazer essa missão aqui antes. E depois a gente vai pra outra. Aí a gente vai lá pra baixo e já encontra o velho no deserto.
Good day to you.
Falei, não é tão fácil fazer essas caçadas, não. Tem que ficar procurando os bichos e... Tipo, não é um menu que tem aqui, saca, pra você ver. Você tem que ficar voltando lá no esconderijo pra ver o tiozinho. E aí, cara, quanto tempo, velho?
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Vamos lá.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right.
Não queria falar com eles não, mas beleza. Bora lá. Pô, gente, vocês estão longe, hein? Tá aqui, pariu.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
Nossa, cara, deixa eu vir pra isso aqui, vai. Eu ia pra outro lugar, mas não dava pra ir porque é um rolo do caramba isso aqui.
You alright, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Can I ask you something? Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but none of them has seen anything either.
Right. Thanks anyway.
Já fui umas 3 vezes nesse vinhedo resolver uns B.O. lá.
The crystals we get from the tailor all...
Pessoal falando que os cristais que conseguiram foram inúteis. Será que conforme a gente está destruindo as coisas, os cristais param de funcionar?
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Ixi.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it.
Ela tem mó voz de velha, mas mó cara de criança. Ah, eu não preciso... Tá bom. Tinha que conversar...
This is our best bet then.
Tinha que conversar com a pessoa
Shall we go and investigate?
certa. E dessa vez a gente tá sem equipe, né? A menina ficou lá no esconderijo mesmo. Ela falou que ia vir junto com a gente, mas não veio não. Enfim.
You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
Black shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Acertou em todo mundo. Vocês estão fartinhos, né? Cura? Entendi, era um mago. Só que ele curou, como não tinha, tava todo mundo morto já, não resolveu muita coisa não. Beleza, era isso?
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing?
Pra cá não tinha bicho, né? Fica em Rosário, que tá à esquerda ali. Os bichos daqui, se eu não me engano, eu lidei já com todos ou a maioria.
Good day to you.
Bom dia, tia. Ô tio, tá resolvido.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
Pelo jeito essa missão não acaba aqui, né?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family.
Caramba!
And he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection. And so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause.
Eu tava achando que esse lugar aqui era tipo uma cidade conhecida, saca? De aliados, mas tem muita gente com marca aqui. Então eles estão meio que escondidos também.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
Eita porra. A missão concluída, não vai continuar? Então tá. Será que vai abrir mais uma aqui?
I'm not going to change his mind.
Tá bom.
That his lordship's vultures should be found circling the village can mean only one thing. That he means to strike at us before we can strike at him. There is no time to lose. The final stage of our plan must be put into motion.
Tá bom, tio. Boa sorte aí. Queria continuar ajudando, mas pelo jeito não dá. Cara, tem mais itens aqui. Será que vale a pena a gente passar? Ó, o daqui não atualizou. Eu vou aproveitar que eu tô nesse mapa e eu vou passar aqui. Só pra ver se vale a pena. Geralmente eu tô bem do lado dessas lojas e aí eu passo. Mas essa é a primeira vez que aparece assim. Gente, o que isso tem de útil pra gente? Espada não, isso também não. Alento da terra, punhos furiosos. Puta, diminui o tempo de recarga, cara. Não. E aqui você não tem por acaso... Ah, a música que eu comprei, ela fica aqui. Ela fica marcada. Ela não tem... Ela não tem o que eu quero. Beleza, daqui era isso, não tem mais missões. À esquerda ali em Rosália também não. Tem uns bichos pra gente caçar, mas... eu não sei como a gente caça. Vamos fazer essa secundária antes? E aí eu vou lá pro deserto. Cara, essa cidade aqui me lembra muito Assassin's Creed. Porque tá todo mundo com essas touquinhas aí.
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. He up and vanished while my back was turned. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. A bakery that's now short one pair of hands. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers, I'm at a loss. Please, will you see if you can find him?
Deixa, tio.
I'll see what I can do. Do you know where he might have gone?
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor fool left his heart in its hollow.
Putz, eu já fui pra esse lugar, né?
And that's where I'll start.
Fermentando rumores. Nossa, que bosta, fermentando rumores. Tá bom. Tem Viagem rápida para o lado do lado. A gente vai pra lá e volta. Não tinha ninguém na mandíbula, né? Olha lá o estrago que a gente fez. Eu já tô vendo uma galera aqui. Ó, tem um tiozinho parado ali com uma escada. Com uma espada. Ah, ele é um dos caras que era pra enfrentar. Cavaleiro das Lâminas. Esse cara é bem intenso. Eu tô cheio dos poderes, mas eu vou guardar os poderes pra depois. Ele é bem intenso. Ó, fui bater de frente, velho. Minha vida foi lá pra baixo. Tá lá, doguinho. Ataca também, velho. Olha isso. Cadê o cara? Tá, era isso que eu queria pra fazer isso. E o doguinho não se transformou, né? Vocês viram minhas poções? O mínimo era subir de nível. Esse aqui é muito, muito tenso. O outro lá, os outros dois morreram. Os outros lá morreram muito, muito, muito mais fáceis. Os dois da missão principal. Ou eu espero que aqui... o carinha deve estar morto, né? Tá pra cá? Ah, tá aqui. Ah, ele veio observar o que eu fiz. Foi sem querer, cara.
Excuse me.
Mais ou menos.
What do you want? The baker sent me to find you.
I am a sorry, selfish sod, aren't I?
Como
Certainly
assim?
not a baker. Master must have ruled the day he took me in. Time was the sight of the fang used to calm my nerves. But now look at her.
I take it you missed the mother crystal.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. Worked her mines for years. And when she shattered, part of me shattered with her. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin. But I'm no good at baking. Every loaf I touch collapses. My bread's as hollow as I am. She was the only thing that could fill the hole inside me. Oh, I loved her, damn it. But now she's gone. She's never coming back. What am I supposed to do? I ask her. How does a shell of a man learn to live again?
Oxê. Se expressa. Lembre dos bons momentos. Foque no trabalho. O foco do trabalho, ele falou que... Ele também não vai ter bom momento, né? Foca no trabalho, tio.
Focus on the job at hand. Think about what you can do right now.
What use is proofing loaves when... Wait. Perhaps the solution has been in the bakery all along. You've opened my eyes. Thank you, friend, and
Será que eu poderia ter errado? Eu ter deixado ele pra baixo?
Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
Tá. Só voltar lá. Antes de ir pra principal, vamos comprar poções, que eu acabei com as minhas aqui. Eu não reparei no que eu consegui. Precisava da presa de alguma coisa pra criar minha arma. E aqui não tem um ferreiro, né?
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward apprentice. Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran me down trying to get to my oven.
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm. A truly unique creation.
Que é isso dentro?
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. A perfect likeness of the Fang herself. Her steeple peaks, her fulsome spurs, her inviting hollow. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why, no Fang at all. And look, inside. She's filled to bursting with a bounty of beautiful
Cristais de sal?
Salt crystals! Master, I have found my purpose. I must use my work here to preserve the memory of the Fang.
Well,
Então
if it
tá.
tastes half as unique as it looks, I'd certainly say you're onto something. Not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight. With any luck, I might even have a new delicacy on my hands. I don't know how you did it, but you have my thanks.
Ele corta a música do nada, né? Uma tia ia falar ali. E aí cortou. Beleza, ganhamos... Acho que eu preciso de 390. Tá, deixa eu passar aqui antes.
Oh, when
Que eu preciso comprar a poção. Eu acho que a luta ali não vai ser tão difícil quanto essa que a gente acabou de fazer. Mas... é bom a gente ir com poção, né? Poção, 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 poção... Relâmpago de para-raio, não? Será que eu gasto? Bem, cara, é quarentinha. Vou ficar com 6.000. É porque as poções são muito baratas. Tá bom, dá pra sair por aqui? Não, eu tenho que voltar. Ó, a espada que eu tô, ela é meio curva, é bem parecida com a do pessoal aqui. Quanta gente falando. Beleza, o lugar era aqui. Tá bem próximo, na real. Hey, tiozinho.
Otto, sorry I'm late. Oh, Clive. I had a quick scout about, and I reckon this area's our best bet. Seems Blackthorn's the only one who thinks smithing with his stardust stuff's a good idea. It's just lying here, waiting for any old fool to fill his boots. But unlike any old fool, you thought to bring a wagon. Well spotted. Now get filling.
Tá, não vai ter que lutar contra ninguém? Que da hora.
So this is stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Pra mim também. Não tá... tá, né? Então são 5, será que eu passei? Não, tá aqui. Então, não dá pra pegar de qualquer lugar, tem que aparecer o símbolo. Tá, calma aí. Oxi. Caramba, tá bom. Pronto, vambora.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Otto's getting on.
Vai aparecer alguém ali pra atacar ele, na certeza. E aí, tio, vambora?
How much did you get?
5.
Enough. I hope.
Espero.
More than me. Put it all together and I can't see Blackthorn complaining. Much. Here, Clive. Do you fancy a walk?
Eu não tava muito afim, não. Não era só voltar?
Sid would be proud.
Of what?
Of you, you idiot. The way you've carried on what he started. When we first met, I had you down as a spoilt little puppy who enjoyed nothing more than biting the hand that fed you. But 5 years on, you're the one doing the feeding. So thanks for proving me wrong.
You weren't wrong. But I changed. Thanks to Sid. And thanks to you. When I suggested taking on his name, you were the first to back me. And if you hadn't, no one else would have. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Otto.
Don't give over. You're making me blush. All I did was choose hope over despair. I gave you a chance, yes, but you're the one who took it. You took a rabble of homeless, hopeless outcasts and put them back on their feet. Gave them something worth fighting for, just like the old Sid did.
Será que se a gente tivesse com outro personagem ia mudar essa cena?
I'll see you back at the hideaway then. You can take a well-earned rest when you get there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. But I'll make sure Blackthorn gets his precious black sand before I put my feet up. He'll only moan otherwise.
Tá, concluímos essa daqui, é só voltar pra lá.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Achei que a gente ia sair na porrada com alguém aqui. Até comprei mais poções. Bem, tá bom. Aqui, cara, daria até pra explorar aqui, por exemplo, ó, e ver o que a gente acha. Eu não lembro o nome do lugar. Planície, rota, deserto. Tinha mais uns caras aqui pra gente pegar. Ó, a foice aqui dá pra ir. Era foice? Ecos, profundezas. Será que eles vão liberar, tipo, toda a área do deserto só pra... Só pra eu explorar, tipo... Não vai ter missão principal aqui? Acho que não, né? Tipo, a gente vai vir explorar aqui sim com... Oh, calma aí, gente. Aqui eu quero... Tá mais pra frente. Queria abrir aqui pra ver pra onde eu vou. Eu vou tentar abrir um lugar novo, mas se não der em nada, a gente só volta. É. Eita porra. Também sei. Esse bicho aqui não vai ser o bicho que eu tava procurando. No final das contas, não abrimos nada. Tipo, parece que dá pra passar, mas dá pra passar do outro lado. Eu não vou continuar explorando, cara. Vamos só voltar. Era o que eu imaginei mesmo. Ele só vai abrir quando a gente tiver... Quando a gente avançar na história principal. Talvez até dê pra chegar em um ou outro lugar ali, mas... Não compensa, não. Então, essa parte do barco a vapor era a primeira parte, né? Precisava... Acho que não acaba agora.
Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
Nice to get out and about for once. Let's do it again sometime, eh?
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Beleza, missão concluída. Acho que é só voltar lá e falar. Então, tá vendo? Soltando vapor 1. Eu acho que não acaba aqui. Caramba, a gente ganhou bastante coisa. Tá bom?
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Pode deixar, gente. Boa sorte pra vocês. Tá. Só voltar lá e falar com a menininha. Mas deixa eu ver essas habilidades aqui. Tá, a habilidade aqui deu ruim. Tá, isso aqui é pra as bolinhas que ficam do nosso lado. Eu tô de boas. Ó, 2 e pouquinho. Essa daqui eu não tô usando. Ó, essa daqui tá nos 1000. Pra gente aprimorar. E é a que eu tô usando, certo? Essa outra aqui, ela é até boa, mas essa ela é mais rápida. Vamos gastar nela. Beleza. Agora... Tá, com 600 a gente melhora o punho. Eu não decidi se eu ia pegar esse, né? Ou se eu melhoraria um desses. Cara, eu até gostei desse coisa aqui. Talvez eu continue com ele. É porque ele acerta mais de um ao mesmo tempo, então acho que é bom. Tá bom. Mais 600, então? Sim, 600 e pouquinho a mais. Aqui, liberou alguma coisa? Porque eu matei o carinha lá. Não, osso de serpalva. Serpalva. Tá, pera aí. Deixa eu ver se tem algum... Se um dos bichos que tem pra caçar tem esse nome. Sei que a menininha tá pro outro lado, mas dá pra chegar por aqui também. Nem tinha visto que dava pra pegar as coisas ali. Rompe mundos, morte, ferrou almas. Nenhum deles tem esse nome. Talvez possa ter alguma descrição. A gente matou o S. Tá bom. Deixa eu ver o que tem de útil aí pra gente. Uma lembrança. Muitos dizem que querem mudar o mundo, mas poucos se esforçam para realmente mudá-lo. Isso é uma inspiração para todos nós.
You earned this.
Nossa, 800 pontos, velho.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Caramba, 800 pontos. 800 pontos, tá bom. Dá pra gente já gastar então aqui. E aí, vamos testar? Acho que não, né? Isso aqui vai bater em um só. Vamos pegar... Vamos melhorar esse aqui. Que bate no monte. No monte, beleza. Mais 1000 a gente volta aqui. Eu acho que essas eram todas... Todas as coisas que estavam na demo, né? Eu lembro do elétrico. Puta, pior que eu lembro do vento e desse poder que a gente tá agora também. Só que ele vai demorar. Puta, falta 2.
What's next? The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
Fulana.
What's her name? Right.
Ah, tá.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the
Tá, gente, por que vocês estão explicando tanto para um cara que não sabe disso?
To rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to
Já que você tá dizendo, tia, tá bom.
Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there.
Pra
It's no
variar.
longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Beleza. Soltando vapor 2. Tem que terminar essa e mais uma, né? A menina falou que eram 2 passos. Ó, tem uma música nova. Vamos lá pra ver essa música que eu comprei, pra ver se vale a pena. Ou se foi 40 mil jogado fora. Eu lembro que no Final Fantasy VII eu também ficava comprando as músicas. Mas eu não lembro pra que servia. Eu sei que precisava de todas. E tipo, faltou uma ou duas. Era uma festinha que tinha no final lá, que você conseguia escolher as músicas. E tinha... Não lembro se era um troféu, mas tinha alguma coisa importante pra fazer lá. Com essas músicas. É que é bem caro, né? A gente não gasta muita grana pra fazer equipamentos e outras coisas, mas essa música não dá pra comprar todas que a gente vê. Cadê a nova? O Empório Perpétuo. Ah, é a musiquinha do lugar que a gente vai. Tá bom, pera aí que tá acabando a bateria do meu fone. Deixa eu pegar o carregador aqui. Foi. Cara, sinceramente, acho que eu prefiro a música que tá mesmo, viu? Do que a do mercado lá, tá bom. Aqui não tem mais nada, né? Não. Daria pra ver ali, mas a gente vai pra ala perdida. Aqui não tem mais gente. É pra esquerda que a gente mataria alguém. Não é que mataria alguém, mas enfim. Cara, é um rolo pra sair dali. Vamos sair daqui? É que ali pra cima a gente sai no meio da cidade. A cidade tem que pegar uns caminhos muito estranhos. Aqui a gente consegue já até chamar esse bicho. E vambora. Tá vendo que tem um caminhozinho aqui pra baixo? Acho que eu nunca vim pra ele. Deixa eu ver o que que tem. Aqui, ó. Ah, não tem nada de útil. Cara, eu ia matar vocês, mas level 13. Acho que não compensa, não. Aqui deve ter um bicho de um level muito maior. Já explorei, né? Todo lugar daqui. Tá, o povo tá ali. Calma aí que eu já vou. Tem essa paradinha aqui. Deixa eu ver o que é. Nada? É, nada. Por isso que eu parei de explorar os lugares. E aí, gente, o que tinha por aqui?
You deserve a rest.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Tá exatamente ali onde eu fui já. E onde não tinha ninguém. Ah, tá. Agora aparece.
Anybody home?
Não tem ninguém. A gente já entrou aí.
This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Que isso? Sai daí, mano. Nossa, não acertou minha habilidade nele. Tomar cuidado com o chão que eu não tô vendo. Eu inverti as habilidades porque isso aqui carrega aquela habilidade que a gente acabou de soltar. Então, ao invés de guardar a habilidade pra soltar quando ele tá no chão... Olha lá, já carregou metade. Esse bicho a gente fez uma caçada dele antes.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
Foi de boa, tia. Não usei nem pote.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Beleza, 460. Aumento tônico é que eu não tô usando e meteorito. Beleza, aí a gente volta. E eles que se ferrem. Quase isso. Tá, volte e fale com o Mid. Cara, que rolo! Não tem mais secundárias aqui, não tem ninguém pra caçar, não tem mais o que fazer, então a gente tem que voltar. Ferreiro podia conseguir fazer as outras paradas pra gente, né? Ah, não atualizou nada. E agora a gente vai pra última parte desse barco.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
Think Mid might need some help.
Pronto, tia. Resolvido.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Hippocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of it?
Podia resolver isso aí, né, filha? Tá aqui do seu lado, pô. Eu queria uma espada nova. Eu tô muito incomodado com aquela espada que precisa de uma... Só precisa de um item pra gente fazer. Só que a gente não tem esse item. Ou não tinha ele. É que ele é um item azul. A gente não ganhou nenhum desses itens. Quer ver? Deixa eu passar ali no carinha. Ah, será que se eu pegar... Tá, pera aí. Eu acho que tem como descobrir como conseguir esse item. Tá, tio, eu queria aquela espada que eu não posso ter. Essa daqui, ó. Osso de serpalva. Tá, e aqui onde a gente tá indo... Quero ver se eu vou lembrar. É que esse cara, ele é o livre, mas primeiro vai precisar falar a missão de história com ele pra depois ver se eu consigo achar esse osso.
For you, Clive, always. Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next?
Gente, eu não sei por que vocês ficam me mostrando isso. Eu não sei o que é isso.
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelisk complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection it requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelisk might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer.
Tá bom, tio, boa sorte.
To procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends.
Podia me falar onde tá outros ingredientes, né?
May yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Tá, mas eu não queria sair dali ainda não. Ô, gente, vocês falem?
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Tá bom, mesmo esquema da outra, a gente escolhe quem vai com a gente.
So, Clive, have you made your decision?
Já.
Accompany you on your little excursion.
A Jill já me acompanhou demais. A Tar já vem comigo. Tayana.
So, what are we fetching?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
Garlic? Conch shells? Are you sure this is the right list? Looks like the ingredients for someone's supper.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Well, isn't that convenient? I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometime soon. Need to speak to an old acquaintance. I'll meet you there.
All right. Stay safe.
A outra não vai ficar puta porque eu não escolhi ela? Não.
Good luck with your research.
Na verdade seria o contrário, né? Porque a Jill ela luta mais do que a outra. Mas enfim.
My knowledge is yours.
Tá, o livro.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before.
Nem sabia que ele tinha mais histórias. São só secundárias e faz pouco tempo que eu vim aqui. Tá, o que eu quero saber é sobre o bestiário. Não são esses carinhas grandes. Goblins, Gigas, Orcs, Minotauro. Mega. Nossa, mega aranguejos. Panteras, chifrudo, grifo. Aeves, fanir, estolas. Ah, esses bichos aqui, ó. Mas onde é. Ah, eu consigo saber aqui, ó, onde eles ficam. Só que eu acho que eu não consigo, por exemplo, voltar nesse lugar. E, por exemplo, os orcs, os goblins aqui, eu sei que tem vários, mas todos são goblins. Não faço ideia de onde conseguir o item que precisa para a espada. Bem, talvez seja alguns bichos que eu ainda não enfrentei. Tá, aqui não tem mais nada, vamos direto para lá para encontrar a tia. Ah, vai ser só procurar ali no marketing, pelo jeito.
Now, where's Taya?
Ali.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on these.
E tia, encontrou o que você precisava?
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like this. But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What should I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Beleza.
What do you want?
Ah, castanha.
If that's what you want. There's talk at the glass gate.
E com você. Ele vende tônico também, cara. Aumenta a defesa. Vamos levar mais um? Eu vou lembrar disso depois que eu estiver morrendo, mas beleza. Eu tenho. Dá pra vender esses anéis e os itens, mas eu não vou vender nada, não.
Hopefully Ty is finished too.
Fresh cuts. Come and get them up. You'll not find a bruised.
Eu achei que ia ser uma missão pra lutar e tal. Mas pelo jeito não.
Did you find everything?
Sim.
Here.
Garlic and pepio nuts. Job done.
Agora a pergunta é:
Homes, then. You'll be waiting.
pra que a gente tá construindo um barco mesmo?
But we're not in too much of a rush, are we? Quick chat. Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
Sim, foi por isso que eu te escolhi.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
You. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories.
I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday.
Eles estão ficando velhos, né?
Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you, Tyre.
For what?
For everything. I just want you to know that all you've done for us, all you still do, it's appreciated.
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought it wasn't? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated too, by all of us.
Esse climinha aí ficou meio estranho, mas beleza. Deixa o mozão saber. Mentira, mozão nada, né? Que os dois iam se beijar e não rolou.
I think we've tarried long enough. I ought to get these ingredients back to Tomes so he can make up this concoction of his. I'll meet you back at the hideaway, all right?
All right.
Tá bom.
I heard you the first
É
time.
uma... é uma desculpa pra... Porque provavelmente não desenvolveram ela pra ela sair lutando por aí, né? Ela não deve ter moveset. Ela não deve ter sido programada pra batalha. Enfim, bora lá voltar, que aí eu acho que finalmente vai acabar com essa porcaria de barco. Não sei pra que vai servir, mas... Será que abre uma nova ilha pra gente ir? É que aqui também precisa de barco pra vir, né? E a gente vem com outro barco.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course.
Tinha um negócio no The Witcher que você escolhia, né, qual seria o par do Geralt.
It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
Olha lá.
It appears our work here is almost at an end.
Finalmente, né, tio?
A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me.
Adivinha quem vai informar pra ela? Beleza. Missão concluída. Então, e aí no The Witcher, você podia... Caramba, 500? Você podia escolher o par romântico do carinha. Só que... Tipo, você tinha que escolher uma e rejeitar a outra. Eu acabei pegando as duas. Aí no final do jogo ele termina sozinho quando você faz isso. Tá, é 1000. É 1000 porque as outras é 2, 3 mil, caramba. Tá bom. As habilidades básicas aqui não melhoraram, né? Geralmente quando você sobe de level, Dependendo do level, libera alguma outra melhoria da habilidade básica. Aí, eu não sei se vão colocar isso aqui também. Era um negócio muito simples, de uma ceninha muito simples. Mas enfim, eu sei que eu peguei o final ruim. Eles não falam muito sobre o que são essas ruínas, né? Aqui também não. Vai falar sobre coisas que eu não quero saber. Então, inclusive, pra que tá fazendo esse Enterprise? Tá, é um navio movido a motor. Mas o que vai ajudar a gente eu não entendi. Pronto, tia. Chega de navio.
You'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
Achei que eles iam fazer eu andar até lá. Tá bom.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision.
Será que vão deixar a gente andar por aqui de barco? Aí agora faria sentido ter o elevador ali, porque aí o elevador serve para carregar a área que a gente vai andar de barco. É isso? Ah, tá. Eu achei que o barquinho era ele inteiro desse tamanho. É só uma peça.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Falta 3.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off, my gang in Canva can build the rest.
Beleza.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Acabaram com o ferreiro, tá velho já, coitado. Pronto, tia, vamos ver seu pai logo? Aqui não atualizou nada, né? Não.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming.
Ela tava enrolando pra não ir ver o túmulo do pai?
Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want I want people to sail a border by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Tá, só a gente falar com o Otto então e partiu. Enquanto isso, ninguém... Eles nem chegaram a falar dos outros cristais, né?
Really? That's a ship. Let's sail it round the lake.
Ô, tiozinho.
Right, Clive.
Estamos de saída de novo.
We'd finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
Caramba. Falei que ela tava enrolando.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are ya? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid for a dinghy and rowed off. Oars going like the clappers. Got some life in her, ain't she? But anyway, I was on my way up to see you, as it happens. Got a letter for you. Urgent,
Dela.
by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding haste. And you're here now.
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention it.
Eu vou ter que voltar pro quarto dele pra ler?
What tidings, uncle?
Não. Meu querido sobrinho, minha jornada para Kenver foi um completo sucesso. O amigo que eu havia mencionado não apenas concordou em compartilhar o conteúdo da caixa forte dele conosco, como também os acontecimentos nas cidades livres. E assim eu soube dos esforços de uma certa jovem amiga sua. Embora eu acredite que o projeto da senhorita Telemon seja a valiosa Enterprise, duvido que as autoridades cavenianas acentem gentilmente o uso não autorizado de seus estaleiros, não importa quão desertos estejam. Se o boato chegou ao meu amigo, pode ser que não demore muito para que os mestres das guildas batam em nossa porta. Por isso lhe escrevo esse bilhete. Gostaria de pegar emprestado seu amigo Gav por uma ou duas luas, para que ele possa ficar de olho naqueles que podem fazer mal à nossa pequena irmandade e nos avisar de qualquer ataque iminente. Espero que você considere esta proposta. Seu querido tio.
Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on Mid.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got to admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in and all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva pretty sharpish. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it? Not after he asked for me personally.
Gav will be leaving.
Ficou se achando.
Will you mind the place while we're gone?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but she'll meet us there.
I hope she's telling the truth at least.
E caramba, tem mais uma missão ali, mas não dá pra fazer agora. A gente tem que ir lá ver o legado de Sid. Ah, eu não tinha reparado que o esconderijo estava um pouquinho pra esquerda. Ela não queria vir ver o que restou. Eu achei que ele ia desistir de vir pra cá. É que eu deixei essa. Eu deixei essa musiquinha tocando lá no outro esconderijo, mas. Ela tocava toda vez que a gente vinha pra esse aqui, né?
But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Até a véia junto.
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies.
Ele não morreu aí, né?
It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Você vai quebrar a véia.
Rip me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots's traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav,
Already on my way, Captain.
be careful.
Aren't I always?
Coitado, nunca tá junto com os caras, né? Engraçado que ele é o batedor, né? O cara que vai na frente vendo.
That's it. Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
O cara que tem um olho só é o cara que vai pra observar como tá tendo as coisas. E agora é o da direita ou é o do meio? Tá, eu posso voltar pra cá. O que tem de volta no esconderijo? Calma aí. É porque aquele maisinho ali é de alguma coisa que pode ser adicionada. Uma das vezes que a gente fez esse mais... Tá lá dentro e tem uma outra. Que da hora, chegou uma requisição pela carta. Vamos passar ali pra ver. Uma missão secundária. A gente vai liberar a oficina que a menina deixou pra trás. Caramba! Confidencial. Eu estava folheando os livros Caixa do Esconderijo a pedido de Otto e posso ter encontrado algo que talvez chame a sua atenção. Talvez. Ou seja, vem imediatamente. Você sabe onde eu tô.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
Tá bom. Só que tem mais aqui, calma aí. Um mau pressentimento. Clive, tem algo errado com seu cão. Quando vossa senhoria puder, venha me visitar na tenda.
What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
Ele tava junto comigo. Achei meio zoado de sair da carta pra mostrar isso. E a última, sobre Blackthorn. Troféu conquistado, poder da pena. Acho que é por ler carta demais, não é? Abra 10 cartas na mesa de leitura. Sobre Blackthorn. Obrigado por me ajudar a animar o Blackthorn naquele dia. Mas acho que ele está daquele jeito de novo, ao jogar pela cara dele ultimamente. Estou achando que talvez o problema não era só o couro. Será que tem outros demônios rodeando a cabeça dele? Sei que você é um homem ocupado, mas da próxima vez que estiver livre, talvez possa perguntar ao velho qual é o problema, se realmente não for só a forja.
Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case.
Beleza, tem várias missões aqui. Casa de Ferreiro 2. O ferreiro tá aqui do lado. Tio, o que aconteceu, mano?
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, and you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it.
Uma
Slice a
katana?
man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you.
Nah. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome. And we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that.
Hum.
I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you.
Mas onde é que eu descubro isso?
Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
Tá, acho que a Karen é a que eu já ia aqui. É ela mesmo. Eu vou poder escolher? Não.
You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations.
Oxi, se ferrar, tia.
But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't so much as look at them. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
Tá, só que eu tenho outra missão com você também, tia.
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapons and the like.
Tá, vai estar no deserto.
Sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients.
Só
Reckon he'll
que...
still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
Só que será que eu posso... Eu acho que eu não consigo viajar pra lá agora, consigo? Não, eu vou ter que ir pra onde a missão tá pedindo. Ah, que da hora, agora dá pra viajar pra esse outro lugar, pelo jeito não dá não. Mas tá marcado aqui. Tá, deixa eu falar com o tiozinho aqui. Eu vou fazer o que dá pra fazer aqui no esconderijo e a gente volta pra principal. Ô tiozinho, sabe de...
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgal.
que eu gosto de comer?
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Tá. Eu tô começando a achar que eu não deveria ter voltado pra cá agora, mas beleza. Deixa eu pegar a última ali. E a música aqui? Só pra dar uma trocada aí.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Ah, tá. Isso aqui ele vai me informar onde tem mais missões. Só que eu não consigo viajar pra lá agora. Ah, não! Recebi sua carta assim, cara. Fala aí, tio.
A little. Listen. I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. 0, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility. And it was
Caramba!
to trust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, We'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
What
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Essa Karen aí, ela é a pessoa aqui do mapa, né? Tá bom. Sobrou só um pra gente pegar. Não vou conseguir resolver essas missões secundárias, o que eu queria fazer. Mas a gente resolve tudo que dá pra resolver aqui. Vai pra outro lugar.
Well, here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
Como?
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
Mais caçada pra fazer, tá bom.
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte.
Putz, aí você me complica, hein?
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Então, essa missão a gente tem que... Vai estar marcada no livro de caçada, certo? Certo. Tá, só que a gente não vai conseguir fazer ela agora porque eu não consigo teleportar para os outros lugares, ó. Tá, a gente vai ter que ir lá para fazer a principal. Depois eu faço essas outras aí. Talvez seja só chegar aqui e passar a ceninha que eu consigo voltar. Puta nome legal, hein? Adiante. Tá bom.
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
Ó, não dá pra gente voltar. Só que... Será que eu consigo teleportar? Consigo. Falei, era só a ceninha. Vamos fazer o seguinte, porque depois aqui, ó, eu consigo voltar pra cá. Vamos... O que tem aqui? Tá, uma das missões já tá aqui. Vamos vir pra cá rapidão? Aí a gente completa as secundárias e vai pra principal. Peguei uma porrada de secundária aí, né? Vamos completar elas. Aqui é do ferreiro.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Drake's fang is gone.
Eu tenho que perguntar.
What are we gonna do?
My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to... He's going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Eu vi que ele foi bem legal.
Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
Eu vou ter que fazer mais um favor pra esse cara.
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is
Eu
within
quero só a espada, tio.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell.
Se eu não morrer no processo, né? Beleza, recupero dos bandidos. Tá aqui. Bem longinho. Eu poderia teleportar pra lá, mas eu acho que não vai adiantar tanto. Vamos andando mesmo. Acho que vai estar tão longe quanto. A gente sai aqui e pega o Chocobo.
Come on.
Umas paradas no deserto é que eu não explorei direito, né? Eu só vim direto pro meu objetivo. Ah, tem companhia que vai ficar aí, tia. Eu não vou enfrentar eles agora, não. Tá porra. Ah, calma, gente. Ainda não é hora de lutar. Vai ser daqui a pouco. Talvez agora seja a hora de lutar. Ei, gente.
We've got company. Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off.
Já que atordoou, vai lá. Nossa, tomou o primeiro, ferrou, né? É, cara, você toma a porradinha do cara e bate legal. Deixa eu recuperar a vida aqui. Porque esse cara não vai morrer nisso. Esqueci de segurar. Deu um pouquinho a menos de dano do que deveria dar porque eu não segurei a habilidade. Beleza, estamos quase com os 1000. Não conseguimos mais nada de útil. Caramba, o cara tinha coisa pra caramba. Ele podia vir até aqui, né?
Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Delamel.
Aí cortou e estamos de volta na cidade? Isso aí. Eu ia teleportar pra cá mesmo.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects.
Sim, apesar de ter sido um fila da puta.
Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here.
Por que ele se chama de Wyvern?
Tells me you wished for an audience.
Tem 3 nomes?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword.
Caramba.
It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike and hone their blades to such perfection.
Cara, é muito
Each sword is
uma
made for
katana.
one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only, they crack upon a second blow.
Nossa, que porcaria de espada é essa?
Brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
Bom, tio, boa sorte pra vocês.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Barsfield.
Tá brigando com o tio dele.
Perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths cross again.
Eu não sei porque que ele usou esse nome, mas beleza. O nome dele não é Clive Wyvern, né? Não sei o que lá, né?
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship.
De nada, tio. Até mais. Tá, e aí é só voltar e falar com o ferreiro?
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Beleza. Só que, antes de voltar, a gente vai fazer a outra secundária. Tem mais uma que não é por aqui. Ali é pra gente pegar, mas a gente ainda não vai pegar aquela ali. Ó, a gente tem que vir... Tem uma lá pra cima também. O que era essa? Putz, isso aqui não vai ser só conversar na cidade. Acho que é assim, é só pra conseguir um negócio aqui, não é? Putz, tá lá do lado de dentro. Ô, porcaria. Olha só o que temos aqui. Ei, gente.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again tonight. But the captain's late with our pay.
It's all right.
Tá, voltamos de novo no véu. Mentira.
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
Rubi estelar. A gente tá te devendo, né?
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Não é exatamente meu presente.
To settle the hideaway's debt with the veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well.
Acho que o ele é muito bonito, é a pedra que eu dei pra ela.
Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have?
I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
Tá bom, entregamos um das paradinhas, aqui não tem mais nada. Eu tinha que caçar um bicho, mas eu não sei onde ele tá, eu teria que voltar lá no esconderijo, mas vamos fazer essas... Ai, esqueci de abrir o mapa local. Mas eu acho que é aqui. Geralmente ele já te deixa, né, mais próximo. Tem que entregar aqui pra tia desse estabelecimento também.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here. But it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Calma aí, Ruby Stellar.
A star, Ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like this. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
A gente é o líder, né? Enquanto a gente tá aqui fora resolvendo os BO, quem segura as pontas por lá é o outro carinha. Seguinte, uma das caças estavam aqui. Eu vou tentar ver se ela tá nesse canto aqui, antes da gente seguir pra essa missão. E eu vou daqui mesmo. Se eu não me engano, era um dos últimos que faltavam nesse reino aqui. Eu tô com... Eu não gastei os potes, não. Parece que a menininha não tá me acompanhando aqui. Tá sim. Não deu tempo de carregar eles. A câmera tenta chegar pra não mostrar ele sendo teleportado. Mas nesse lugar aqui não tem muita escolha de pra onde ir. Então, eles falam que tava aqui a oeste. Mas eu não sei exatamente onde tava. É esse aqui? Não sei se é esse aqui. Mas já? Esse negócio dá um dano de atordoamento da hora. Vai lá, acaba com ele. Ele é level 19, né? Faz um tempo já que eu devia ter passado pra cá. Ah, é sério? Ele ainda considera que eu tô na batalha com aquele ali. Eu não queria chegar lá porque ia considerar a luta com os outros. Deixa eu pegar isso aqui. Pio do Falcão? O que vem a ser isso? 30 de defesa, poção, dano do combo. Meu combo é uma bosta, né? Eu deveria trocar por outra coisa. Tônico, aumenta o dano do combo aéreo. Aumenta um pouquinho, meu problema é, não tenho combo aéreo. Eu tô sempre no chão. Tá, deixa eu pegar esse bicho aqui. Porque aí se for a caçada, ele desce automaticamente. É uma parada aqui, deixa eu ver o que é isso. Ele não atualiza o nível dos bichos? Eu queria ver isso aqui, ó.
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working though.
Ah, isso aqui é a pedra que a gente usa pra fazer o treinamento lá, voltar nas fases e tal. Ó, se tivesse o tiozinho, era... Ah, ele ali, ó. Nem marcou? Nossa, isso aqui acaba com a defesa deles. Olha lá, dá pra ver que ele é bem mais resistente do que os outros. É que o level do coitado não vai ajudar muito, né? Não precisava, não precisava. Mas a gente ganha umas paradas a mais por fase. Ah, que saco, é sério isso? Pronto. Era pra mim ter passado aqui antes, né? Tá, a secundária tá logo ali. Eu vou pegar o chocobo. Ai, caramba! Nossa, mãe do céu. Eu achei que tinha acertado. Acho que não precisa reunir tudo, não. Já atordoou de novo. Não sei se é porque eu dei um golpe nele diferenciado. Ah, não quero. Então, não... Não foi, eu não achei. Eu passei aqui por cima, não tinha. Eu passei por aqui, também não tinha.
If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place.
Eu tenho que achar um antílope gigante. É isso aqui? Ancião.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. Hungry, Torgal?
Stay down!
Caramba, gente. Estão resistentes, hein? Porcaria dessa barreira aqui. Olha lá, o doguinho lida com ele sozinho. Eu tô tão longe que nem mirar dá. Eles são bem fraquinhos. Tem esse disparo potente que eu também nem uso. Tem que ficar segurando o triângulo, mas compensa ficar apertando o triângulo igual doido aqui. Que é só segurar. E aí, doguinho? Comida, vai lá.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy.
Muito grande, filhote.
You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Beleza, de secundária aqui era isso também. E agora eu só preciso voltar pra lá, certo? Tem mais uma caçada aqui, mas eu preciso descobrir onde ela tá. Tava marcado ali o local do esconderijo antigo, mas pelo jeito a gente não volta lá. Foi só cutscene também, né? Não mostrou nada. Tia, resolvi o rolê.
You and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
Sim, eu levei ele pra arrumar um rango novo.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Vai ter bastante osso pra ele.
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
Nossa, eu vou ter que voltar pro outro, velho. Oh, tio, valeu pelo bel com o cachorro.
Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
Vai liberar coisa pra ele também?
Woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
Ele não é o mesmo da profecia.
Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Tá, eu achei que ele ia... Ossos do ofício. Achei que ia liberar outras paradas. Presa de javali, presa afiada, não era nada que eu queria. Não tem nada pra mexer com esse tio, né? Quanto é que eram minhas habilidades? 3.000, 2 e pouquinho. Tem uma de 1.000 aqui, que é a do braço. Pode aumentar. Tá, ela tá no máximo. Agora 2, 3, 2.000 também. Com os 2.000 a gente volta pra comprar mais uma dessa transcendência. Tá bom. Cara, liberou mais uma missão lá, caramba. Tá, calma aí, vamos entregar do ferreiro aqui. Será que ele vai fazer uma katana pra mim? É que essa katana que o cara descreveu é meio estranha. Ela quebrar como um golpe. Descobri. Trouxe uma pela de amolar, uma pedra de amolar pra você.
Whetstone. Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy now. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse breakers will be delighted. Just don't push yourself too hard.
Don't you worry about me, sunshine. I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone. Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it. I owe you one, August too. It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
He'll be happy to hear you said that.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
Beleza, será que eu já tenho os material? Se ele me der aquele coisa como recompensa, não deu. Esquema da Excalibur. Meteorito. Projeto da Excalibur desbloqueado. Era uma missão que tinha um mais, né? Era pra liberar mais coisas aqui. Tá, cadê a espada que você me falou, tio? Excalibur. Puta que parei. Ó, eu não achei a das outras. A outra. Lâmina da Tormenta. Putz, brasa da bomba. Tem que matar uns carinha de bomba. E o couro de um Grimalkin. E a de diamante também eu não consegui, velho. Que saco. Mesmo fazendo todas as secundárias, ainda me faltam umas coisas. Ah, tá bom. Bem, eu não vou atrás especificamente dessas coisas. A gente sai andando por aí fazendo as missões e se passar por elas, beleza. Se não, fica pra próxima. Seria bom ter uma espada, né? Mas não vou ficar me matando só por causa de uma espada. O drama do portador. Poucos conseguiram amenizar o fardo carregado pelos amaldiçoados pelos cristais, mas para sobreviver à tempestade que virá, precisamos nos unir. Portador e irmão, como nos mostrou um amigo no rincão setorial. Meteorito não era isso que eu precisava para as outras missões. Ah, ele vai me informar que tem mais, né?
So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
About that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it
Parece minha
right in my
avó.
face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the
Eita
sun
porra.
don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Minha avó, uma vez eu fui dar carona pra ela pra algum lugar e tipo, retorno?
Here you go. Think you can help?
O que é esse retorno?
Clive.
Calma aí.
Be a stranger, eh?
Acho que é pra entregar a pedra de volta. Tá, tem que entregar o último rubi pra tia que tá ali. E ó, tem que achar o Bomba Rex. É uma das coisas pra fazer a espada, né? Quer caçar um Bomba Rex? Se quiser, tem um anúncio que pode ser de seu interesse. É esse aqui, ó. Ele tá em Sambrec, na Moringa. Sambrec, Moringa. Onde é que era Sambrec? Aqui é o Condé. Aqui... Ah, tá. Aparece ali, ó. Rosário Oriental. Ó, da Meca Ocidental. Sambrec. Tá, pera aí. Será que é aqui? Capela, colina, prado, torre, oficina, campo. Onde é que tá esse troço? Guia, campo, ninho do dragão, caçada, olho sagrado, antiga estrada, túnel, ala perdida, colina, fardo. Onde é que tá esse troço? Passo. Será que é um dos lugares que eu não descobri ainda? Prado Glorioso. Cara, talvez seja. Como é que era o nome mesmo? É que ele vai adicionar alguma coisa, né? Seria bom fazer isso. A Moringa. Será que se eu dar mais um? Ó, aparece umas coisas a mais aqui. Fardos. Aqui não parece mais coisa não. Tá tem um outro canto do mapa aqui. Campmont, mão sagrada, trilha, miralda iluminada. Ó, tem um lugar aqui, ó. Será que pode ser pra cá? Fica lá no campo setorial. É que aqui fica o castelo, né? Não sei se dá pra entrar aqui. Cara, que saco. Capela, portão, torre, guarda, cabo de não sei o que lá. Cara, não faço ideia de onde tá. Tá, deixa eu lá falar com a véia. Cara, vai ficar essa missão para trás. Eu não achei, não. Pode ser aquele lugarzinho que eu vi ali. Nossa, o doguinho tá bem animado, né?
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
Tá bom, tia, toma aí.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Não sei pra quem que ela vai vender não, mas beleza.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones.
Sim, tio, resolveu o seu problema.
Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away. I've seen that before.
You have, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used, either out of habit or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers.
Caramba, o Cid tava velho já.
I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it.
A gente sabe que o destino chegou.
After his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have?
My family? were the ones who summoned the constable. Wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him. Forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons...
Ele era do exército.
Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face.
Cara, isso é legal você fazer as secundárias pra saber mais história do pessoal que tava com a gente. Que tava ou que tá, né? Uma das secundárias lá foi pra gente desenvolver mais a maçã do carinha. Nossa, liberou até uma cutscene.
He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone.
Ele não parecia ser tão velho quanto o velho ali.
But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed.
Talvez o corte de cabelo dele, né?
And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall.
Ele era fumante e tava com o fôlego melhor do que os outros.
I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
Precisa ter alguém pensando em como pagar as contas, né? Não só sair destruindo as coisas por aí.
Said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
A gente depende dos outros, né? Sempre dependeu.
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
Você acabou de falar que tá sujo, cara. Não quero.
Just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Oh, que bonitinho. Vocês vão chorar agora. Retorno. Cálice do Cid. Ah, vai ficar nos aposentos do Clive. Tá bom. É um daqueles itens de... Como é que é o nome? De recordação. Cara, esse carinha aqui eu não descobri onde fica, não. A moringa. O que vem a ser a moringa?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
É estranho que a ordem das coisas que vão ficando lá nos aposentos do Clive é estranho. Vou passar ali pra pegar, pra ver. Tá, ali do lado a gente não consegue fazer a arma ainda. Ó, se você ver aqui embaixo, a primeira coisa foi do juramento. Beleza, tá. E aí, tipo, esse que eu acabei de ganhar tá no meio. O outro, ó, a cesta da maçã tá lá pro final. Eu achei que eu tinha perdido todos esses antes aqui. Mas é fazendo as secundárias que consegue essas paradinhas. Tá bom. Aqui não tem mais nada. Tem esse negócio pra gente ir atrás. Vamos então pra principal. Que eu não sei onde tá direito a outra. A secundária da moringa vai ficar por aí. A menina tava me esperando aqui. Vambora. Me distraí só um pouquinho, tia. Deixa eu ter um portão de madeira ali. Tem uns lugares que ainda não estão disponíveis.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
Uma rota por baixo também. Que da hora, não é a cidade que a gente tava, né? Não, ó, eles não deixaram a gente entrar na outra cidade ali. Tá. Ei, gente. Ah, já? Você é muito forte, tia.
So what do you think?
That we'd be lucky to...
Really? It's as bad as that?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead. And too much of it for us to handle.
I take it there's danger on the road.
What about this fearsome-looking fellow? You think he'd be equal to the task?
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear us out. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked with finding a merchant's missing cart. You seen it by any chance?
How does a merchant misplace his cart?
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come a-snarling, he ran, leaving his livelihood abandoned in the
O cara é um covarde, vocês não conseguiram recuperar.
Two of us to fetch it, but it's gone.
Now, I'm not much of a thinker,
I know the work of thieves when I see it.
My brother's right on all accounts. And by my estimation, the bastards are lying in wait just down the road.
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got the skill in arms to boldly brave an ambush.
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear a band of backwater ruffians. What do you say? Will you help us out? Chances are they'll come for you either way. But if you promise to lend us a hand, at least you'll pocket a reward for your troubles.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them anyway.
You've clearly got a fine head on those broad shoulders.
We're lucky you came along. Now, hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklad, our merchant friend loaded his cart with as much as it would carry. Reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods. So, while you're seeing to those bandits, you keep your eyes open.
All right. Just don't expect me to drag the cart out of there myself.
No. You can leave the cart to us. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction. You do that, we'll take care of the rest.
Tá, tinha uma saída pra direita. Será que é essa a da missão secundária? Não, é tudo pro caminho que eu vou. Ah, a saída pra direita era aqui, ó. Era a cidadezinha que eu vi aqui. Tá bom. É, quando a gente tava passando na ponte ali.
But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
O problema desse ataque é que não dá pra ver nada. É, tomou o primeiro do cara, você toma o segundo. Cara, você não cai não? Devia ter esperado os inimigos chegarem mais perto. Já encheu de novo, mas o cara já morreu. Contra-ataque. Tá bom. Seda de aço, nada de útil. Então, não tem nada escondido aqui não? Eu vi umas entradinhas. Bem. Deixa eu ver aqui no mapa. Isso aqui é a paradinha dos caras, né? Quero ver como eles...
Seems we found ourselves the right man for the job, wouldn't you say?
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant friend will be delighted.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods out of here?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such a fine warrior haul cabbages to market.
You've done your part. And that's all you need to worry about. Here. It's been a pleasure. Now piss off.
There's no need to be so rude, brother.
What if we want his help again next time?
Tá bom, gente. Vai passar por aqui de qualquer jeito. É melhor aceitar a missão do que só deixar pra lá, né? Tá, novo level. Eu não lembro quanto era pra subir. Será que era 1000? Era 1000 das esferinhas azuis? Nossa, 2000. É. Ai, ai. Vai demorar.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least.
The path continues on the other side.
Tá. Tem dois lados pra ir. Ali, pelo jeito, é só pra dar a volta e não tem nada piscando. Olha só o que temos aqui. Por que esses caras estão aqui? Ah, que isso aqui é uma ruína, né? Eles geralmente estão nesses lugares antigos. O último pecado, República de Damequi.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominants and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominants and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
Then we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing.
means nothing.
O irmão dele tava por essa região também, né? Assim, quando ele chegou aqui da outra vez, ele tinha encontrado o irmão dele.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
Vai reconstruir sim, confia.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in storm. And then, Valisthea. All shall bow.
Nossa, sem querer o Clive tá ajudando ele.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh.
Quem que é esse grande Gregor aí? A igreja gregoriana. Tá, deve ser o deus deles. Eu achei que fosse um Akon.
Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces.
Eu não entendi qual é que é das florzinhas.
It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Ó, tá vendo que o irmão dele tá com uma também? Já é a segunda que ele entrega pro filho dele.
I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
Eles conhecem o último?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths.
É ela que tá mandando, né?
Of rulers. And of the divine.
O último que não seguiu a vontade dela tá morto.
You would trust the words of this traitress. She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
Exatamente.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion.
For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
É o preconceito dela contra o pessoal que usa magia, né?
The Bocklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Trilhando esquecido. Tá, tem um outro mercadinho ali. Eu não sei porque tem uns lugares ainda que não dá pra acessar. Deve acontecer alguma coisa de importante lá, né? Tem algo aqui? Tem uma planta ali no meio. Como eu ainda não...
The Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
Terminaram, gente?
This won't be easy.
Aí, apela lá, galera. Tem mais uma apelaçãozinha aqui. Vem aqui. Achei que ele não ia voltar. Calma aí, gente, eu não tô vendo nada. Isso aí era bicho normal. É que agora estamos no lugar que eu deveria estar, né? Aí o level tá maior. Tem uns bichos voando ali, mas não vou pra lá não.
More refugees.
And they're all making for the crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to live without the crystal's blessing.
Será que isso aqui é porque a gente acabou com os outros cristais? Aí a hora que você acaba com o cristal, os menorzinhos não funcionam? É que aqui não tem outro cristal, né? É, tem esse aqui, mas tá longe essa cidade.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Tinha um mercadinho aqui. Tá aqui.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
Agora dá pra viajar pra cá.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait.
Ele tem pedras de meteorito, mas eu tô cheio disso. E tem a música que tá tocando aqui que é bem barata.
Farewell. Out of my sight, wretch.
Peaches and pears.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
Pra variar, né?
Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
It looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Eles não conseguem passar porque eles são meio que fora da lei, né? Vamos pela direita aqui.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Caravans.
Ah, não tá aqui não. Ah, o grandão. É mesmo, né? A véia falou pra vir com ele e passar como ajudante dele.
Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Goods. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Bocklad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure nothing else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Beleza, vamos lá.
Out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
É difícil a gente passar por uma cidade sem fazer nada por ela. Tava estranhando a gente passar direto. Aqui o chocobo. Eu consegui uma bobina. O que tem aqui? Olha só. Ah, o chocobo eu achei. Eu tava tentando encontrar uma porta.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Eita porra.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the...
You're the size of a marble. Honestly.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either?
Não, o grandão tinha.
Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and 2 birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion, Goots?
They won't
Acho
let
que
us
não.
in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive. The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
Missão aceita. Dava pra não aceitar? Beleza, e... Que é isso aqui? Não sei, talvez a gente até volte pra essa outra praça aqui, viu? Eu falei, tinha bastante coisa pra gente fazer nesse deserto ainda, e ó, tem muito mais coisa pra descobrir. Eles estão tentando ir pra esse reino aqui, ó. Ó, tá vendo que a gente tá bem próximo da borda? Eles estão tentando chegar aqui, nesse outro cristal. Aí o cara falou, ou vai andando por aqui, ou vem a nado por aqui. A gente podia vir por cima também, né? Aqui por cima não dá pra passar. Ah, o castelo... Será que o castelo que fica aqui é esse castelo aqui? Não é, né? Esse aqui tá muito maior do que o que tem aqui em cima. Enfim. Bem, galera. Foi isso por hoje de Final Fantasy. Na próxima a gente continua, então, pra conseguir passar aí por esse cristal. Cara, a gente derrotou, tipo, destruiu 2 cristais. muito rápido. Eu achei que hoje daria pra destruir mais 2, mas não rolou não. Vai ficar pra próxima, pra destruir um deles, né? Enfim. Aí, galera, valeu os que acompanharam até aqui. E na próxima a gente continua, então, pra tentar passar por essa cidade. Cara, que da hora, na borda ali, fica uns cristalzinhos subindo. Eu não tinha reparado nisso. Enfim. Até mais, galera. Falou!